I'm Alex Paulton. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. I'm very pleased to announce I have another watch shop participating in a content partnership. They're going to let me have access to some really cool pieces, and I'll mention them as the providers of the piece. I don't get to keep the piece, unfortunately. They're a local shop. In this case, it's Charming Time, charming-time.de, and check them out. They let me get my hands on this beautiful Meistersinger Lunascope. So the Meistersinger is an excellent way to show a little bit of flair, something different. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of one-hand watches, but this Meistersinger, with this astronomical, because I'm a sucker for a Moonphase, really got me. So let's turn the camera around and take a close look at this really beautiful watch. So here we are up close with the Meistersinger Lunascope, which is a really cool piece. A lot of people talk about how, and frankly, I felt prior to this watch a little bit that way, that single-hand watches, while, they're a nice statement, they really don't bring a lot to the table until I saw this. This is a beautiful piece. And what Meistersinger did was, obviously, they gave you an astronomical function. So one of the things that you look at a watch for, now you have it on this beautiful piece. And so you get the single-hand utility. So you get the single-hand utility, and you get a beautiful astronomical function. So Meistersinger gets to present their unique way of showing time. I shouldn't say unique way, their interesting, novel way, because there are other single-hand watch companies out there. But the fact that they're saying, okay, fine, this is an astronomical function, a beautifully rendered. I love the way that they show the moon on this and the stars. It's a beautiful function. And they throw in that little date window at 6. So it's just a really elegant, this is the kind of watch I could see the boss of some artsy company wearing to show that he's creative and he's got taste and he's a little modern, but he's still traditional. Well, I shouldn't say like that, because I don't really run an artsy company and I want to get this thing. But you know what I mean? Like, this would be the stereotypical thing for, some guy from Italy or some gal wearing a big watch, because don't let ladies out because they can collect too. But this is just a really pretty watch, and it's a really nice presentation. And the beautiful thing about it is that it is a Sellita-based movement, but they've put a custom Moonphase module on it to give you that beautiful functionality. And then, since you have a dedicated module, it allows them to do something special with it. It's more accurate than your average Moonphase. Most Moonphases lose about 8 hours a year. Most Moonphases lose about 8 hours a year. Because this has a dedicated Moonphase module, it doesn't have to be adjusted for over 100 years. This is a beautiful presentation of a Moonphase in an interesting watch. And like I said, it's really opened my eyes to Meistersinger and what they're doing, because frankly, like I said, to me, a one-handed watch was more of a statement of eccentricity than really in some ways a presentation of horology. But in this presentation, I can only say that they nothing but net. This is a really, really nice piece. I mean, look at how the indices are applied. I like the fact that they go with the 0 in the sub-10 numbers, really trying to emphasize, even though it's a one-hander, it's a precision instrument. And considering how accurate the Moonphase is, I would definitely call it precision. The case is very clean and sharp. The crown is very nicely finished. And the display back shows the Sellita base to its best light. And like I said, it has a modular movement for the secondary functionality, which reminds me a lot of the It uses a module for secondary functionality, which reminds me a lot of the Mont Blanc Geosphere, which is also a Sellita-based movement with a custom, in this case, in-house movement module for the GMT and Earth rotation display. So in one sense, they're kindred spirits. They're up-and-coming watch companies that are using creative, I wouldn't call them tricks, I would call them creative craft, creative approaches, novel solutions to really bring a very interesting watch and a real conversation starter into the dialogue. I really like this watch. It's a nice piece, and I believe you can get this for less than $3,000. So it's an expensive piece, but it's not comically expensive. It's not going to break your bank, you know? Actually, there is a tag on it, and it says 3,200 euros. So for 3,200 list, it's a nice watch. And compared to what's available in the space, this gives you something that is as good, as polished, as refined, but in a very novel and interesting presentation. So let's turn the camera around and close out the episode. So thanks for taking the time to be with us today. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. And in the next episode, I'll announce the winner of the next book.